Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to ask question 162 of 2017 under my name in today's order paper. And the question is directed to the Honourable Minister for Local Government, Housing and Environment, Infrastructure and Transport. And the question is, can the Minister update the House on the status of rural roads and jetties upgrading? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Minister for Local Government, Housing, Environment, Infrastructure and Transport. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I also thank the Honourable Member. Madam Speaker, in 2016-2017 budget, FRA has a work program of 29 rural roads projects incorporating both roads and crossing across the 4 divisions. Madam Speaker, Central Division had a total of 11 projects, 10 of which are currently underway and 1 is completed. The Western Division has 3 projects, Madam Speaker, with 1 completed and 2 currently underway. Madam Speaker, Northern Division has 6 projects, 2 of which are underway, 2 are completed and 2 are about to be released to the market for tender. The Eastern Division, Madam Speaker, has a total of 9 projects with 8 underway and 1 completed. 5 of these projects, Madam Speaker, are on Kandabuk alone. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Parmochan.
Supplementary question, Madam Speaker. I seek more information on this question, the original question. Can the Minister inform this House why periodic maintenance of rural roads has been neglected for so long, which has caused Japanese tea-type grass overgrown in most of the roads throughout Fiji, especially the gravel roads, causing the drains to be filled with weeds and choked. Water flow is very less, and thus so much money is spent, but the road conditions continue to get very worse. All the roads, most.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You will recall that in last sitting and even the sitting before, we have talked about roads and we have talked about FRA. And I have responded by saying that FRA is doing regular maintenance. There were some issues with overgrown grasses, which was raised by Honourable Prem Singh in terms of drainage. And now they have got a program in place which they are doing. And if one goes out and sees, then definitely they will see that the work is in progress. He's showing me that photograph. I don't know where that photograph is getting it from, because I don't believe what he's showing me. But I can tell you, and he has to listen, that the work is in place. Thank you.
I give the floor to the Honourable.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question.
In regards to the jetty at Wunsia, the budget for that was approved way back in 2015, and almost the end of the term now, and yet the jetty is yet to be done. And as for the roads, the road from Wunsia to Mbukilawira, and the one from Wunsia to Yahweh, the contractors are already there, but they are not doing the work. For your information, Honourable Minister, that can be followed up. And on the one in Rutuma also, based on the information from one day. If the Minister can look into that.
I will look into it.
The progress of that.
I will look into it. Thank you.
I now give the floor to the Honourable Tulaki Barata.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Honourable Minister for his response. Can the Minister inform the House if the road to the from Kiowa to the Kamba Peninsula is included in the Central Division list of roads that you had just mentioned?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, in fact, the manner in which this question has come into this House shouldn't have come. With all due respect to the Honourable Member, it's a very general question. And I don't have answers here with me of all the roads in Fiji. It's common sense, Madam Speaker. And I will provide them answers in the later sitting.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honorable Noikulu.
For the clarification, Madam Speaker, 6 projects in the north. Could you clarify which are these? 6? Yeah. What are 6? And whether the Keka Vatuvonu Road is included in that? 6 projects in the north. Could you please put further clarification into that? What are these roads? You identified 6.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
6 in the north.
Madam Speaker, as I've said, that works are in place, and I've mentioned which the 6 roads that's happening
Which
in
ones?
Northern Division. But all these roads and what is going to cost, definitely I can
But which one?
table it in the later sitting. Thank you.
Thank you. Given the nature of the questions that a lot of answers will be tabled in the latest sitting, I will give an extra supplementary question, and I invite the Honorable Rocky Liraki to have that.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There's so many issues about the roads, that's why we want to raise a lot of supplementary questions. And for the Sawani Sere Road, Tasiling, is up to Narwai. Can he just, the Honourable Minister can inform this House whether they'll continue that Tasiling right up to Sere, because that road is named Sawani Sere Road. It's only up to Narwai. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Point of order.
Mr. Speaker, as we had discussed in the Business Committee meeting, that individual road questions and also in rural areas also, we had said it was not going to be answered or not going to be asked because of the fact that it is only going to be focused on one area. And we had said, Madam Speaker, and that decision was made. Now this question, Madam Speaker, was actually allowed by the Business Committee in good faith. And what actually the members of the opposition doing are going precisely against that good faith agreement that we had reached. Obviously the minister is not going to be here sitting here with all the roads in Fiji outlined. And it's precisely, Madam Speaker, you see, because they think, you see, Madam Speaker, the point is this, for them, the roads is only from where they come from. So they think that's only all the roads in Fiji. As you can see, one is from Vanuatu, one is from Netasiri, whatever the case may be. That's all they focus on. And the whole philosophy behind us was that we actually should care about everybody everywhere in Fiji. That's the whole point. And so unfortunately they're actually breaching that agreement that we had. Thank you.
Thank you. I thank the Honorable Attorney General for that clarification, and definitely yes, we did mention this in Business Committee. Somehow, some of the questions asked tries to force the minister to prioritize your road where you come from in the development plan. And that is... Thank you. Now I'll go back to the previous question, now that the Minister of Education has come in. Oh, point of order. Standing Order 60 on relevance, Madam Speaker. In terms of the last question and on roads, the people who live beside these roads and who have to travel on these roads, they bring these issues to us, Madam Speaker. And they come from particular areas in the country, which we have to name so that the Honourable Minister knows which road, because he's supposed to know all the roads and fix all the roads. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you. There are so many roads that supposed to need not all the roads in this country. And I rule that point of order inadmissible. You're trying to specify again these roads, and the Honourable Minister has already. We have, as has been mentioned, we have discussed roads in the last sitting and the previous sitting, and we're giving only 4 supplementary questions today on these roads. So we have now completed the 4 questions.